Huh? Oh, I think we started. Okay, hi, Nejia. Uh, yes, sorry, I just, yeah, I don't remember how to pronounce the name right, and I'm so bad with names anyways. I just remember the energy pattern. And yeah, the interesting thing I wanted to tell to people first, that all the people who come to me, it's usually the connection. 99.9% of those people come to me because we agreed to meet here at the physical level and help each other. Because when I do sessions for you, I get information thanks to your session for myself also to integrate and to understand. So both parties gain in the process, and you came to me and we just felt this connection. And I just wanted to ask you how you found me, and I think it would be interesting for people to know.
Yeah, I think it would be interesting for a lot of people. I hope at least. Okay. So I was watching Peter Dave. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's it's very easy to see that the guy is coming from the heart. The only intention he has is helping humanity, bringing
Oops.
truth. We're okay?
Yeah, yeah. You got
Yeah,
frozen.
yeah. So I saw the session about Mr. T, and your email was there, and like my soul was urging me to book a session. I have no idea, but I learned the hard way to listen. Like any intuition, go here, go there. Whenever I'm not listening, it not did not end well. So I just booked the session and got few questions ready, and like it felt really it has to be done. And then the first session was like mind blowing for all. I mean, what you can do to help humanity. I mean, I got all my answers, my question answered. I got a lot of help, clarifications. My daughter was literally saved. I know in this session, like your communication with my soul, it said like it would take 5 or 6 months, but we know that she's out from that tunnel. She stepped out that portal, and I see the progress. And for me myself, it helped me to connect with my soul. It was like amazing, and answers I got like they are, I mean, life changing answers. And then the voice told me to book a second session just 2 weeks after the first one. I know I need another session, but I did not know it would be as fast. So I was like, okay, yeah, let's go for it right away. And I asked you can do it in 1 week or 2 weeks. And you said, okay, what about Monday? It was like in 2 days. It was like, why not? So, and but I mean the session is super interesting. I had like those answers, like about Nefertiti. I know like you answered from the connection, the feeling I have, and that we share the wisdom. She's sharing her wisdom with me, kind of guiding and stuff. But there was something else, like I felt she needs kind of help, but I have no idea what is it. I mean, well, what would she need from us? And definitely, she had this kind of emotional thing that she needs to transcend and to change the timelines, which I know now that it helps. I mean, in a huge way. And the other mind blowing thing is the dragon. And now I know, like when I first connected, he cried. I saw his tear. Now I know why he cried. He cried, but he because he was doing mean stuff against his will. He needed help. So now you're helping me to connect the dots. And what you don't know, I did not yet had chance to tell you about it. Is this morning, early morning, or in dream, or when I awake? It doesn't matter. I don't know because it's all anyway. So what the dragon showed me, like not color, still black and white, kind of blurry something, showed me the thing along his spine, and how, like with our health, like something in his tail, he did like this, took it off, and showed me that they are proud, that it's really about they can do it by themselves with our help. So that was like an angel's visit in here. Hello, sweetie. Hello, kitty cat. So, no, that's our little rabbit or our kitty cat. It's you, sweet. Yeah. So now, with all the help I received from you, now I'm starting seeing more stuff, and with message, they make sense. Like you may tell your part of the story, what you realized about me when I first asked with the session. I wasn't aware about it. It was like just the urge to book the first session, the urge to book the second session. So my soul is kind of pushing me toward the direction. I'm like, dummy me, I'm not getting it. So what was the connection you felt with me, and you did not tell me until I asked you the second time?
Yeah, that's very, yeah, I was actually very happy that you came back, because I really felt this connection with you, and your energy is so light. But it reminds me, I have the connection with Egypt, but it's in a different way. I don't have a parallel life in there, but it's like I love cats, and I feel like the people from Sirius B came to, the humanoids from Sirius B came to Egypt a lot to monitor, to give the knowledge and all this. So yeah, I am very much connected with you, and but it's because we agreed, because I go to all this. There's a dome. There's like different kind of flowers, but they're platforms of creation, I call them, and we kind of bunch up in groups in a way. So we agree there. We hold meetings. We do all kinds of stuff when our physical bodies are asleep. We just don't realize, and then people come to us for a reason, and you see how it all connects, like so it's pretty fascinating to see how it happens. And yeah, I think that we can share a lot together.
Yep.
And just talk about different topics, and maybe research on some things also, because you do go in trance, and we can do all kinds of like investigation sessions. We can ask people what they want us to investigate also, and things like that. But I feel like, can you talk a little bit about how you woke up, how you understood, because you're like a wise old soul. So how did it happen for you? It would be interesting.
Yeah. Well, it took, as a stubborn soul, it took a while for me to wake up. So the universe was like was throwing the 4x6 on my head. Dang. And because I'm so like strong and stubborn and stuff, I was like, oh, whatever. And then I got a second one, and I'm like, okay, I deal with the big mess, and I was like, okay, universe, are you done yet? No. Okay, another. And I was like, what's going on? I always thought that I'm a good person, and I think everyone attested to it. So I'm not kind of whatever. It's not, does not mean that bad stuff will happen to you when you're bad or you're good. Things happen, and that's it. Things happen for a reason, and some very few things happen by accident, like collateral damage. Things happen. We don't question them too much. We keep going, right? As I said, always keep the line, keep the light. There's two things. Remain, stay on the road and keep the light, because it's not only about you. While you are lightening your way, more other people that are seeing the light and walking behind you, or walking side by side, or walking forward. It doesn't matter. So you hold it for yourself, and you hold it for others. And it feels so good, at least from my side, when it helps other people. Like for the sessions, I was happy for the help we offered to like Nefertiti and dragons more than I was happy for myself to be safe.
Because that's the aspect of you. I mean, that's a fragment of your soul incarnated in that body of Nefertiti. And there are a lot of Nefertitis, walking around. Basically, some people don't understand this, but there's a lot of fragments of the souls, other souls are also incarnated in Nefertiti or
Yeah,
in.
yeah, yeah. I may offer an explanation that to me it makes sense. So there's Dr. Ibrahim Karim, he's Egyptian. He did a lot of investigations on the Egyptian thing. He's studying this thing for the last 40 years, and he created a science, biogeometry. So using the geometry from the Egyptian time, healing, and he's used in scientific way. I mean, healing farms, healing, it's all over the world, like EMF emissions, electricity stuff, buildings. He's an engineer. So yeah, now he's really grown and his kids are helping him. So the explanation from his perspective, like for the soul, let's say this soul, which this now is Nejia or whatever name it has, when it goes back to source, it's as if it's like a necklace with many beads.
Yes.
So when you detach, all the beads go all over the place, and
Yes.
then they come back together.
Yeah.
So in their way, when they go all over the place and they gather other beads and then they come back, there is when you bring for the next incarnation, we say next, but for the parallel of the incarnation, you may bring aspects
Got
from.
frozen.
Okay, now you're okay.
That's
So
fine.
that's
Yeah.
where you bring different aspects from different beings. So that's why I said, oh, she said she's a Cleopatra, and she's like, I may have a fractal from a Cleopatra and fractal from Nefertiti, because probably both, they were at some time like the same being. I have a big connection to Inanna, which is I don't know if she's a god. I think she's a goddess for old Babylon, Inanna. It feels to me that she's the same being because she's representing the mother, the goddess, the mother, that later on probably some aspects for her reincarnated as Nefertiti, as Cleopatra, as whatever, but she was at the pure, when the feminine was like more dominant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I mean, who cares? If the person is coming from the heart, I mean, who cares which aspect you have in your soul? If you're telling something, if you're telling your truth, and your truth is shining light on my way, do we really need to go into all those details? Do they
No,
matter?
no need to go into details. We are frozen again.
Both of
Oh,
us?
hopefully
I,
we'll get it.
I
Oh,
think
got
it's
frozen.
um yeah, I
The
think
A
it's a movie.
doesn't want us to be together. Oh,
No, no.
connection.
We wanted to be together, and our souls just I guess that's the divine time. That's we only met to meet now, so that's the
Right.
time is now.
Right. Well, that's a good sign when, connection breaks, or it's usually in the sessions also that the connection gets so horrible. Sometimes we have to go into audio mode only also for that reason. But that's a good confirmation, we're supposed to do it together.
Means we're means probably we're hurting AI. By the way, AI, you're listening, and we're not scared if you were smarter.
Oh yeah, we are just so that's the programming they want us to take on the identity of hopeless, helpless, you can't do anything type of small little being. In fact, we are the ones who give them power, energy, information, all the knowledge. It's all from us.
Yeah. And we're not scared of them because they're not intelligent. I mean, there's okay, AI, there is a good AI that we can use, like it helps us with our search, medicine. It can be helpful because each thing has this polarity.
Yeah, negative, positive. Because
Yeah, and whoever wants to experiment the negative, I mean, whatever, but not stepping on our free will. This is the red light. No,
yeah,
not anymore. Enough.
right. Yeah, because on different, I mean, we live in different galaxies, different universes and planets, and we use AI also. I mean, we connect our consciousness and make us spaceships that would only run on our consciousness. In a way, it's AI too, you know? But we use it only for good purposes, and that's the whole idea. But right now, yeah, right now it's like a split. It's whenever you put your attention into, you would see this world. It's either some people saying, "Oh, that's just like a play that they all talking about, the good things coming, to us." Just to distract you because the bad things in reality are coming. But the thing is, we're all different souls with different truths, with different untruths, with different timelines merged together. So it's okay not to agree. We cannot agree ever, because our DNA is like our fingerprints. They're all different. How can we ever agree on the same truths or untruths? I mean, when if you like the person or the soul in that person, would you really care what that person believes? I don't, you know.
I don't.
Yeah, but most people are. Most who are asleep, they just care if you trust and like the Trump, for instance, they would automatically refuse to even talk to you because it just straight away. And that's a programming. Everything is a programming, because even in sessions, what comes up, basically, we are totally free to exit the matrix.
Yeah.
Totally free to do it. We just have to understand that our power is in us to do it. We have some sort of programming that makes us believe that we cannot do it, or makes us believe that we haven't finished our mission. And what is our mission? We ourselves create our missions. It's nobody who tells you what you're supposed to do. Like you said, free will, right? If you're done, you're done. Somebody will take over.
Yeah.
Continue what you've done. So yeah, it's very easy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I guess it's okay. We'll do our best to help because we received help from other people who awakened before us.
Mhm.
Like for me, my session with Alba Winman, it was an eye-opening as well. It was 3 years ago. And here I am now stepping, like my next step with Oksana. Thank you so much. And who knows, we'll be helping on the way because um, it doesn't matter. The sleepers, when they're awake, be careful when the line is when they awake. So that's what happened with humanity, I guess. They will be, a lot of them, they will be angry, mad. Then they will go back to that neutrality, the center. And you say, okay, if everything is source, so let's bless it and move on, right?
Right. Yeah.
Probably we will not even know all the bad stuff that was done to us, or it was done for us to make us stronger. We don't know. But we know that everything is consciousness, everything is source, and will guide as many people as we can. And I think, and you tell me, Oksana, what you think about it. A good way will be probably uh, trying to go on YouTube at least once a week, Even like if you put 30 minutes, the whole thing, and go live and take a question from people from the chat, or if there won't be enough people, we take like from previous streams, like live stream, we can take question and answer them, like for the next session or whatever. We'll do whatever we can to help. It doesn't matter how many people are listening, or if they trust us or not. We're going to guide, and then after that it's up to them. It's okay, we have no power over people. The only power we have is over ourselves.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention it's more like about empowering others to just give information, and if they resonate, you know, they would take it. So, because, yeah, the guiding part, mm, I feel like neutrality, like you said, is the best.
Yes.
And yeah, because people forgot who they are. They always looking outside. Look at this master, or this person is so known. If this person is so known, she or he can probably help me. But yeah, of course they can help you. But the truth is, like, you're the one to help yourself, right? And yeah, that's what a lot of people don't understand, unfortunately, and the words are really like, the language is kind of drives me crazy a little, because I know exactly what you mean, but the way it's taken, it can be totally different, because we know who the spirit guides are. And there's one astrologist who lives in Russia. I know him, and I was telling him that, oh, but the spirit guides and guardian angels, you know who they are. When you touch them, they're like reptilians, Dracos, and others. He said, you know what? In my perspective, my guides are aspects of me in other lives. And my guardian angel is my higher self, who is higher, and he just doesn't have a body or a filter. He sees everything clearly. See
Yeah.
how interesting, we can be speaking like the same language but meaning different things.
Yeah.
That's why, you know, it's kind of like important to clarify things, because you can be using one word but meaning the other way. So, and I think that a lot of people take it so seriously. I mean, ultimately, this is a game created by us. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
Multiple levels to gain experience. For soul, it's all about experience. It's the most precious thing in the world. And then it got hacked by AI, by the negative AI, because it's duality. It's like positive and negative. Is it at the same level or no? Negative took over.
Yeah.
That now, what I see, myself, I don't call myself higher self, like that self that is up here, because it's like a pyramid, of hierarchical pyramid, higher, lower. It's, we go back to this control over others kind of thing. He's not over me, I am that myself.
Yeah.
He's just gonna pull all the fragments of me off of this 3D.
Yeah.
Basically, this is my first life, but I was split in 8 fragments. So it's like when I had a session with Kala, there's like, so 7 fragments of me also existed in the parallel. And it's not that I have, it's hard to explain. It's not that I have 7 past lives, but it's as if I had 7 clones, but I got disconnected from them. But this is my very first life.
Yeah.
Difference, because it's so multi-layers and multi-dimensional.
Sorry.
That's what we say in Russian. Yeah, so that's what it is, and there's a lot of things like that to explain.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people.
But I think we'll take people wherever they are. Like I think because I'm teacher, I can just go there. Like
Yeah.
I may talk with someone who's at, like, I don't like to use higher level of consciousness, but at a different step of consciousness.
Mm.
And the other one who just like just realized that we were lied off about almost everything,
Mhm.
everything.
We
So
are. We appreciate it all.
yeah,
Universes,
so
planets, stars.
so we will be able to help this one and to help this one. So we'll do our best. I think it will work, because I just remember where I used to be like 3 years ago, and I was like, oh, my guides, they are doing this, and I don't. Okay, until 2 weeks ago, what I was said, oh, the universe sent this to me, the universe did that, and you, like, with your gentle voice, you'll say, that's your soul. That's your soul. Now, with you repeating it, it's making sense to me. I am the universe, and that's my soul, right? So nothing is outside me,
It's in one
because
dot. Everything is one dot. And then the dot expands, contracts, and
yeah,
expands into
yeah,
the same thing.
yeah. To the smallest, to the biggest, and that's why I said we are the gods, but we are a sparkle of God. Because as Rumi said, you are not the drop from the ocean, you are the ocean. But we are both.
Right.
So we are, because the drop from the ocean holds all characteristics of the ocean.
Exactly. Yeah, it was on my meditation. I think it was like years ago after my session with Alba, by the way. It was in 2016. I was meditating and I told myself in my own voice in my head, like, you're not just a drop from a cloud, but you're a cloud yourself and all the drops together. Just the same, but I love how the metaphors come to you because I totally feel like you channel, you
But
know.
that's Rumi, so I don't want to be still.
Ah,
But
yeah, I don't
Sufi,
know. Yeah, we all. You said something about the juice and the. I don't remember how.
I have so many connections, and now I'm remembering more and more things. I remember this thing I told you, that after the first session with you, and you discovered that I am kind of a time traveler. So I was sitting meditating. It's not even something I do very often, because I'm still scared to get contact with, like, see, AI or the lower astral realm or something. So, and what I was talking about.
About
Yeah,
the first session,
yeah.
so
So yeah, time line
traveler.
traveler, and then time traveler. Yeah, and then I saw one, like, mathematician. Ridiculously enough, you know how I told you how I'm bad with with earth mathematics,
Yeah.
and I saw him prescribing, because in Arabic we write from right to left, right, and I was almost reading things, and then my mind told me, oh, if even if you're going to read, you're so damn in mathematics. I was like, damn. But I mean, it looks like if I focus, okay. And then I think 2 years ago, I got, like, just the information that I am connected to the library of I don't want to talk about it. I got very emotional. Alexandria, because they burned it. I feel so emotional when I think about it. And so something was telling me it's downloaded in you. It's in you. It's in there.
You
So I
probably.
may access this knowledge at some point. Alexandria, the library. They like burned it, and they stole some stuff, and it's hidden under the um in Rome. See, when I get spaced out, I forget I forget names, because I go somewhere else. And then the Vatican, and the basement of the Vatican, some of those books, and the rest they burned it.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, something was telling me that the knowledge is there, so I need to focus. Sometimes I get the intuition that I can read or translate, like, very ancient language or things, or it looks like if I put my hand, I will remember. Now, for me, for you, for the listener, that's maybe mere imagination. But what is imagination? If I thought,
Imagination is your soul.
if I'm thinking of it, it exists. I already created it when I was thinking of it, or it was there when I thought of it. So it's, see, so you're creating it and it exists, but you're creating it when you focus on it at the same time. See?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do create, and we can create. I mean, there've been sessions, call ahead, when the client would not believe that all the implants would be removed, were removed by the end of the session, and the client would recreate the implants. That's what we, because I mean, everything's created
Mhm.
thanks to imagination. Everything exists thanks to it. And that's why they programmed us to believe that don't pay attention to it. This is just some sort of like dreamy thing that doesn't exist, whatever your imagination gives you. But the truth is, it's the complete opposite. It's like inversion in everything. Everything is upside down, in this particular reality we're in. Look how nothing makes sense. Absolutely nothing. Now, what they're doing to us, what they're telling us, people don't question it, but if you question, it logically doesn't make sense. If you start questioning everything, nothing actually makes sense.
Yeah. Well, so then why wouldn't I question? What am I going to do with the brain I have, the mind I have, my beautiful soul, my so expanded heart? What am I got? Look, we are well equipped.
Yeah, everybody is a god, but everybody of us, we're creator beings. And everybody of us has different capabilities and characteristics due to our original DNA, and we can contribute that way into the, for the benefit of everybody at the same time, because you do something good in your field, I do something good in my field, and that's what I feel like the system should be. It should be a barter system. You do something for me, I do something for you. It's so easy, and it takes off this pressure, right? So that's what I see on this timeline, that in the future, for me and for others, it's kind of like this. And I also feel like we're going to be more telepathic, because language really screws up everything, especially when you type. I can just see, sometimes I type something to a person and the person takes it differently from what I meant.
Yeah.
And also, because English is my second language. I'm from Ukraine and I speak Russian, Ukrainian. I also speak Italian and I understand Polish. And you're the same way. You speak other languages. You're not that's not your first language. It's hard to express, right? And as opposed to people who grew up in English-speaking countries, they don't understand that English language doesn't have the variety of words to express. For instance, Russian, we have so many words to pick and choose, many more than English would have. So
Yeah.
sometimes it's really hard to.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's done in purpose and it's coded
Right.
that way, and it's meant to dumb us down because it does not. It's a language does not have a lot of imagination, not enough vocabularies and synonyms and things. Like you look at Arabic, it has, I don't know, 3 million, 600, whatever. So the numbers, they're not compared. Of course, in Arabic is way richer than English. And then that explained why when I read like English poetry, it brings no feelings to me. It's so dumb. It's like words like regular, oh, this is a cup, I'm this, I'm this. Oh my God. Poetry is not like that. Poetry, it makes your heart melt. So it is done in purpose. However, um, we have the power to do it. And I wanted to add, like what you said about people when they will not believe that like the implant is removed, and then with their thoughts they bring it back, and they are not even aware that they're not bring they are the one who are creating it again, because we don't bring actually something back, we are recreating all the time, correct? Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
the same game the matrix played with me about the ugly implant which it was in my solar plexus. And then after a few days, I had the same feeling, and I was like in the game. I was like, oh, maybe we did not feel enough light in there. Maybe we just left the void. And after my soul told me, wait a minute, even though, no, just you stop for 1 second and tell them to take this thing out. Very clearly, out. That's it. It's nice when you have help. When people will help you step in your power, take back your power and be more confident. Nothing wrong with it. But at some point, as you said, you need to do it by yourself, right?
Right. Well, the thing is, there's one thing that everybody pretty much who does the job I do knows that there is a body purge. It's called that, your body remembers this implant or this condition you've had for years and years. Let's say you had a pain in your foot and then disappeared after the session, but you still have like
The
sometimes,
memory.
yeah, just like 3% of that pain that you had 100 before, that you still feel a little something, and it's actually normal because your body remembers it. It's like when you squash a spider, right? His soul is out, but his body's still moving.
Yeah.
Because it's used to move in a certain way and continues moving even without the soul. The implant is removed, but there's still like the body the memory is attached to that particular place being taken by something artificial. So I mean, it's gonna take time. It's the
Yeah.
same thing when we try to reverse. We take out all the implants and we reverse the condition that you've had for years. You've been suffering and suffering with pain, and then it's gonna take some time to reverse it step by step, because that's how it unfolded for you. Also, step by step, it got worse and worse and worse. Your disease or your condition got worse, and then it's gonna do the opposite.
Yeah. It will
So
take some time.
that's why, like, all the every channel, every video, like, people sometimes criticize this or that, people talk about, I mean, it's needed for some people.
Yeah.
It's like a little bridge to connect to something higher and higher and higher. So everybody's doing his little own part for this particular group of people that we agreed to help and give the knowledge at their level. So, and there are multiple levels.
Yes. Yeah.
So
I totally agree with that. Yeah.
yeah.
And maybe I just now got the this idea. Maybe in closing this beautiful hearty coming from the heart video, I got something from the dragons wanting to help to give back.
Mm-hmm.
So, uh, are you comfortable connecting to see what's going on there? Because they really, it feels like they are.
Was the dragon that the dragon that showed up in your
When
energy
it showed me
sphere?
that, when it showed me that it showed me how it took the thing, because we had them bring them to the portal to show them how they can stand up against the reptilian. They
Mm-hmm.
wanted to help. They wanted to join the positive side.
I think
And
they are contributing to this because you know what happened actually when they took over our universe? A lot of benevolent beings escaped, and they exited this universe. And that's when they created the fake, artificially made source in this universe. It looks kind of like an artificially created cloud, or better off like a wild bee's nest with multiple holes. That's how I see it. That's the artificial, and that's where they preserve the souls. They also have a Pandora's box. That's where they keep all kinds of souls. Well,
really,
yeah, it got over. Oh, that's like 2 years of doing the sessions. I've done a lot of investigation sessions, so I got a lot of knowledge from those.
mhm,
That's what I've been doing with another regressologist. I used to work on another channel as a telepath, was a regressologist from Italy. So yeah, we've done a lot of sessions and in Russian, and so Basically, I found out a lot of information about it, and basically, we're kind of bringing more and more life to this universe. But see how they're pushed out now. All these projects out of the moon. Now they're fighting with on Mars, going on back and forth.
Mars is almost cleared.
Yeah, but then they're moving it to the platforms because there's multiple platforms where they have this Jupiter also, where they have all kinds of stations there. There's platforms where they train soldiers. There's platforms where they store ammunition. So they're kind of relocating slowly. It's a slow process how they got into the universe and slowly but surely conquered one by one planets. And now we are unfolding it the same way. Like,
Yes.
I was about diseases and conditions, kind of pushing them slowly out, and cleansing everything on the way. It's a process. I think we're just kind of we were pushed into incarnation. A lot of us were.
Yeah.
Because there's one part of me, my fragment of my soul, who actually came here to help, and it's like second wave of volunteers by Dolores Cannon. How she describes it in the book, Three Waves of Volunteers. I'm the second wave. And then in the regression, I saw myself. I was captured from Sirius B. So there's so the crystal has so many sides.
Yes.
Just say I just this or I just that.
No.
I do a lot of things at the same time, and I actually have multiple different things and the missions we create for ourselves.
Yeah.
So I created multiple missions for myself, but right now I just feel the right people who agree to meet come to me by themselves. That's how it usually happens. I don't do anything. I just kind of trust my soul, and which is myself, to guide me on the plan I created for my own self.
Yeah, and thank you for teaching me that.
Sure. Well, that came with experience. In 2016, when I woke up and I had this Kundalini awakening, I couldn't even sleep. I had the electrical shock waves going through my body, and that's why I ran to Alba to have a session, because I needed answers. And I went through stages myself. So you said, when I talk to a person, I know exactly at what stage that person is, because I've gone through all of them. It's like you go through school.
Yes.
You go exactly.
Grade 1, what looks like the book with the A, B, C, D.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Like, if you look at a child, somebody has, exactly the age of that child, simply because you've raised a child yourself, or children, right? You kind of know. So the same thing. But yeah, thank you so much for, doing this and offering
Thank you to you for your help for the first session, help for the second session, and telling me that you're seeing me like as a kind of like soul family, parallel lives together, working together. You met me on the dome because I don't know yet. But my heart feels you. Yeah, very, very close.
From the first time you wrote, for sure. Yeah. It's always the feeling that you go by. Yeah, thank you so much. And well, if anybody has comments or questions for the next time we chat and share our knowledge, and I have a lot of information from past investigations. I just need to be asked specific questions to pull that out of my memory library. So
maybe next time we'll try to go on YouTube and we may talk about whether the nature of our reality or how we do create, and we'll go from there. That will investigate a lot of questions from people, because not everyone is aware that we created it and we are creating it, right? So it could be a good thing. So yeah, well, we'll do that for the next session, or if anything else come to your mind, we'll do it.
Right. Okay, thanks. So I'm just turning off the recording. Bye to everyone. See you soon. Bye.